Whenever I hear Termi, it always kind of, I don't know, like I'm not like that positive about it. I'm a little worried about the squad going into map 2.
Not that map positivity. Is that a chamber that I am seeing on the hands
And
of
it's
Lee?
locked as well.
Okay.
So this is G2 coming into this map, showing us a gimmick with the deadlock, and then returning to the comp they were playing at the beginning of the year with the chamber. On defense, watch how Leaf is going to be proactive into mains. Everyone remembers jumping around the corner to get a shot there when he has the off, but he can be proactive down mid on the other side of the map as well. He is going to be a real pain for DRX to deal with.
I think that for me, the player that I need to show up, and I think that also echoing what Termi was saying, is Hyunmin. I think that he really tried on that defense to have effect to fight for Rubble. He was not achieving much. He's playing with a little bit of fear, and if you're playing Waylay, you cannot be scared.
You gotta send it. DRX, this has all been about the attack side for them. Full sending on Abyss, but the Chamber's one of the few agents that can hard anchor into that comp. So Leaf versus the double duelist is the story of Abyss as we look ahead to the second map, GB.
It's the last stand for DRX. Can they force map 3? Let's send it back over to Achilleos and Paper Thin.
Here we go, a final leg to stand on for the side of DRX. G2 have already taken that first step, making a lower bracket run. DRX needing to now win on their pick of Abyss to take this over to Blind to have a chance to still hang tight here in this tournament. Otherwise, it's going to be an early exit, the first round of playoffs.
This is interesting. A bit of a gamble here from G2, but going up against what has been, in my book, the best Abyss team in the world in 2025 is DRX. They've been so fearsome on this map, but looks like we might have a battle here right away. Drone gets the headhunter bullets out though. Spot on the Leaf. That's going to force the retreat here. Should open up some space. Grab of the orb. Wait out of the shock dart. Is going to be that trademark inside of that smoke. It's kind of interesting to me. I thought maybe the deadlock would be something that DRX would have to contend with.
Oh, nasty opening shot. Two players tagged down low here on the side of DRX. Rough start to the pistol. Just a reminder, they were able to collect both pistol round wins on Lotus.
They're going to get the info off this drone that they haven't rotated over to B just yet. Still a lot of time on the clock, and DRX being very patient. Very unusual.
Opens up a lot of space here for Jogamo, and that also allows for these rotations to come back through to reinforce this site. So Valen making his way through.
Gonna get that extra angle from Freeing though. That could be the difference maker.
Paranoia not gonna connect. Leaf just here around the corner on the peak, gets the spot, but makes a quick little exit there with the rendezvous. Spike for now, gonna be planted. This flashback does manage to find one. Jogamo held at bay here by this trip, and it looks like he might just end up having to be rerouted, but will eventually look to clear this, and nearly does get caught on the timing. Flash gonna be sent through the frenzy up close. Able to find the kill. He's seen a good amount of damage. He's coming in. Looks for a second if he's able to find it. Joining in alongside Flashback. Jogamo has been spotted. It's gonna be Flashback to collect the third and finals. DRX will go 3 for 3 on the pistols.
Oh boy. Did not feel comfortable at all. Seeing some of the value of that chamber with the damage done, but DRX able to wait things out just long enough. Right as G2 is starting to get the read, starting to get the idea that this is still going to be an A hit. So when they spring into action, Flashback so hot on this map. Gonna go right back in to that Marshall. Guardian for Hunman, no buy up for G2 on this one, no stingers. But they just wanna brawl, they wanna rumble.
Couple shots coming through, Flashback with that Marshall. Looking for that follow-up shot. Able to find it though. Sleep peels back a kill before getting traded out, traded up. DRX. Two-player advantage. Jogamo just with the classic to try to see if he can work some magic. Maybe could find a timing here on the Freeing. Would just be a ghost collected. Freeing now going to be spotted. There's the headshot. There's the finisher. Jogamo offered up a little bit more firepower. See if he can put it to use already. Decent damage dealt here. Flashes himself in on the peak from tower. Gets the ping reveal as well. There'll be 10 men on the flank to go ahead and put him down. So Guardian Bulldog going to be carried over. DRX get the 2-0 start.
I mean, believe it or not, DRX hasn't dropped a pistol yet, and they are just kind of in cruise control in some ways, but this round pretty scrappy. Just walk right into the meat grinder and, you know, able to find a headshot there is Leaf. Dog able to find the counter lurk timing on the freeing, but still not too bad. Few rifles aren't going to be bought into this one. Freeing and flashback. Bane just going to stick with the ghost. Let's see what they want to do. B site. A lot of pressure could be put onto Valen.
It makes the jump. At the moment, DRX, no one looking to play around the angle. Hyunmin making some noise here at B. He's firing off a couple shots. It's freeing. Going to be able to get the spot here on the Jogamo. He's wary about potential other pressure here in mid, scaling forward behind the wall. Goes up for the check. Drops down. Quick little exit. Gotta make sure that you're riding that timing to a T. Looking for the flash forward, but Leaf gets one, gets out. Flashback dead.
Love that little idea. Slow up DRX's executes before they even begin. Take out flashback. One of those big pieces in that double duelist setup to take space. Freeing again. Making his way through. Jonah P right here on the other side, though.
See, weapon going to be collected. And then one just had that ghost at the ready. See the fall away here from Jonah P. And Hyunmin up and over the top is able to catch Leaf there. Off guard. Drone going for the push forward. Is Jogamo able to find one, but Mako is there to trade it back. A 3v3 now. Spike planted. DRX potentially favored here is Hyunmin. Going all the way around the back flank. Trent gives it consideration here for a moment, but Hyunmin, he might just find a godlike timing, but time is now starting to run out, but there they are, out into the open for him. Trent, the counter swing, will be able to peel it back, bringing it to the 1v1. Up against Mako. The Bulldog v Phantom. Just a concuss remaining. He's got a decent idea of his position. Taps it, Mako on the swing! Cannot find the kill. Trent will hold his own as the defuse comes through. Bonus conversion going to be denied, but at the cost of 4 players on the side of G2.
Still making them earn it. Mako there, picking each other up. Some good trades for the side of DRX. This flank, he had expected Trent to turn around. Maybe Hyunmin just takes a 4K in the round. Oh, the first bullet just misses for Mako. Can't quite get it done with the Bulldog. Just barely.
Allen trying to get the energy going. There's Leaf going to be giving it another chance to go ahead and hop around the side. Seems like he's got this one nailed to a T. Will be spotted there by the Dimensional Drift, opened up by Flashback, so they try to just go ahead, pop the ult, keep him isolated. Flashback into the back of side is able to go ahead and isolate and conquer as Jonah P also gets taken down. Jogamo, however, could absolutely be their undoing. The smoke dissipating here in main. Everybody lined up, but he's only going to be good for one. Any other gun might have been able to deliver a multi-frag round. Quick turns from DRX. They get the shutdown on the enemy Yoru. Now have themselves a 4v2 advantage. Both players from G2 saddled here in tower. Out to the side, Green gonna be good for one, but Trent gonna be good for two. 4K clutch. That's what's going to be necessary. Hyunmin lingering, lurking down below. Continuing to swing out, gets the spot, but Hyunmin gets the shot. DRX will maintain the lead, now 3-1.
A couple things in that round. First of all, Flashback's TP completely read by G2. They just couldn't beat him. He just wins. I mean, Leaf's looking right at him. Doesn't matter. Just better. And like you said, if that's any other gun, I mean, now you're seeing the effects, the knock-on effects of how much damage DRX did in their bonus and what that brings for the firepower for G2. And yeah, so close.
Setup of a lifetime. Just didn't have the right tool for the job.
God, he's just so smart with the way he positions.
Situating a cage here, gets the cam forward in mid. Gets the spot out, sees Trent forward.
I must wait a moment.
It's enough to just go for the swing, though. He's very much expecting this position from Jogamo, but he'll quickly bail himself out. A site completely evacuated now from the side of G2, but DRX continuing to lead in towards B.
Yeah, they're going to keep themselves hidden, so they might have to fight their way through. I mean, the executes are good. They can get the U to the land.
Can get very dangerous for DRX. Drone gets the spot. They're going to try to push forward off of this one. Ready to swing into the corner. Flash going to be flying. Jogamo going to be good for one. The saturate connecting to Mako. Does manage to come up with 2 kills. Gunman up and over the top. Lands, but doesn't identify Trent's position. And he's able to find himself a second shot.
Good God.
And Leaf at 32 with just a classic. Should absolutely be dead to rights, and he is. G2 continue to make these rounds dangerously close. Feels like they have no right to do so.
Trent's feeling it. He is hitting some crazy good shots. DRX able to weather the storm, and they're able to get a good read on this aggressive push out. Saw that on the ecos on this map. We will get a little bit of that from G2. They like trying to put some pressure through. Just didn't register it. He saw him. Or maybe just thought his teammates would be there a little bit quicker. One of the two. But still have the Hunter's Fury for Bane, but the altar in cycle for the side of G2.
And there's the tour de force. Leaf once again going to be posted up outside of A, and DRX once again going to be looking to try to tackle this B site. Jogamo just doing the Jogamo.
Nowhere to run.
Ping reveal, Hunter's Fury going to be sent out here, and that's going to be the kill. Jogamo going to be taken down, and it's going to be a follow-up tag on the Valen as well. Great value from Bane. Site's still not yet quite taken. Jonah P drops down, plants his feet, and finds a belter of a shot. Wow. Spot. Valen still thriving. Cosmic Divide now going to be invested. Bane watching this drop here from Jonah P, needing to note that potential flank up from mid. Mako just going to be looking to dodge the Armageddon. TPing past it. Does manage to do so. Gunman finds Leaf. Swing in the corner. Mako has the kill. Gunman has the flank. And now it's another 1v1. The wall's not going to have too much longer, but quick push back. And with a classic ahead, Trent cannot find it. Gunman stands tall as DRX continue to run away with his attacker's side. Now 5-1.
It is by the skin of their teeth, man. This is so close. A great spot there for the Hunter's Fury. What a perfect target to find in that Yoru. To get some good reads. Great reaction to the flank. Gunman here, 11-2 now. Even freeing. You don't see that every day. You do not see too much in terms of him getting vocal, him getting loud. And clearly, that might have been something I think that DRX should have been talking about after that loss against Fnatic. Get loud. It can't just be Bane. We need more players in there. Getting the energy into the system. Man, G2 has been so close. Some of these reads have been pretty good. DRX is just a step ahead on this map.
Still, you can't count G2 out of this one. Granted, DRX, I'm in agreement with you, and I think most people would be looking like the best of his team in the world.
Hard to argue.
You also have to remember what G2 was able to do versus T1 all the way back at Bangkok in that grand finals. It looked like they were down and out.
True.
And it looked like that should have been it, but
To be fair, that was also Meteor playing Reyna.
that is also true.
To be fair.
It was a little bit different.
It was a little bit, yeah.
But either way, they're capable of the comeback. And that ends up being a little bit more costly. Armageddon, the Cosmic Divide, all getting committed in.
Kind of curious if they're going to want to go for the Yoru ult into Hunter's Fury combo on this round, even though it is an eco for G2. Could have been something they talked about during that timeout. They're going to be taking a lot of space mid early, you know. Freeing has been called upon to lock down that mid area.
Valen, do they get the read on him? Well, they get the spot, and Bane plays off that gorgeously. Straight between the eyes. Flashback now, tucked forward, gonna get spotted here. Trent looks to try to flush him out into the open. He's managed to do so, cannot get the kill. Gunman from on high, able to find Jonah P. Leaf is gonna be good for the one, as everybody else gets picked apart, limb from limb. No thrifty conversion to be found there off the back of the timeout, but now we get ready to go into another buy for G2.
I mean, DRX is just so fast on some of these rounds that even with that mid control and that lurk that they're able to set up, it's too little too late. What a nice spot and a refract too from Gunman. Oh my God.
Bit of a fadeaway.
Yeah, oh dude. Flashback hit a nice one in there. That is some sick, sharp shooting from DRX. Jogamo has his ult. Now you've got the op for Leaf into play. Is this going to be where G2 can get this half turned around against this fearsome DRX team who now wants to try to make sure that mid is clear for themselves, maybe even set up a TP play for flashback. They throw the dart through and they just fake it. They're just faking this pressure, trying to bait a reaction.
It's also a good read overall here from the side of G2. They've been doing heavy mid pressure pretty much every single round.
Yeah.
The one time the DRX actually pays attention to it at the start, there is no one there to get caught off guard.
They were just looking to see if they could set up flashback for the big TP in play. Already freeing in towards those vents. Jogamo. This is such an unorthodox angle. Just kind of depends on how much time is left on that TP.
Jones not going to be able to check him here. Salvo, try to get a catch, gets the cancel there from Bane. Wait it out. Here's the tap of the orb, but not going anything for quite just yet. Gate crash.
Portal closed.
Does expire. He's going to go jumping for it, but Gunman is right there, ready and waiting. The corpse goes sailing down into the abyss below.
I respect the attempt. I really do.
And now, bonus on the rest of the players. Is Trent going to be spotted out? Just overwhelmed. Gunman coming up with 3, freeing. Noting the flank takes the op right out of their hands. It's Jonah P. Gonna have to pull off an ace clutch, but realistically, all he wants to do is try to rescue this operator, but now the tripwire's been placed there, making it nigh unrecoverable. We'll just tuck away. This round is over, and DRX gotta get themselves a 6-round lead.
They're just so explosive on this map. It's just so impressive how well drilled they are here. And just how ahead of the curve of every team they are. And G2 even tried to throw the chamber into the mix to see if maybe that would help. Maybe if they could get some more, value, able to stop some of those big executes, maybe get those big kills with the op or with the headhunter early. None of that has really worked out. It kind of almost did on the pistol, but kind of doesn't really count in this situation, and Gunman continues to be a wrecking ball. He is so on point, getting set up there by Bane's util. He also, would love to give a shout out to him on this map. I love the way he pilots the Sova. He's so great with the timings of everything to set up his teammates.
Speaking of timings, it's a timeout. Second one for G2.
Two early timeouts, just like we saw at DRX on Lotus. So both teams, reading their opponents well with the map picks early, kind of leaning into their strengths. I was genuinely curious if G2 was just going to ban Abyss coming into today. I thought, you know what, why not? And I was shocked that they didn't ban Bind and that it's our decider, but that's maybe a point for the next map if we get there. But right now, you're throwing everything in the kitchen sink at DRX, and they are just cruising. Some of the rounds sure have been close, but overall, they've been really on point. It's like we got an outlaw buy up for freeing. Jonah P gonna carry that rifle over. Stinger for Valen. Nope, goes back to the Sheriff. Take it back. Jog's been sitting on his ult for some time, but he's never been able to use it. They've never had an opportunity for a retake.
Yeah. Compared to what we were seeing from him on Lotus, 3 ults and a half?
Yeah. Oh, he had
been able to utilize that at all.
7 3Ks on Lotus, 230 average damage per round. He was obliterating them. With a different map, a different scenario. DRX is back into their comfort. A little bit deeper util here. Got that trademark way up by B-Link. Like the ideas with this pressure, these one and dones.
Riding a line, goes for the peak. Good amount of damage, and as they continue to swing in, they're trying to find a Punisher on Amako. He's able to hold his own. Minor damage suffered. Comes away with that kill. Jonah P now dead, and that's the one rifle that they had saved from the previous round that now needs to be recovered. Granted, it is free for the taking. No one is there to challenge this one from the side of DRX, but instead, they're just piling forward here onto this B site.
Not ready yet.
Yeah, there's just not much Valen can do. Try to look for a timing maybe off this recon.
And everybody else is just a different area code. Grim now to be cleared out. Valen going to be good for a shot. Does manage to put down Hyunmin. Trent's position known. Leaf now arriving, but previously had been worked down to 21 health.
Here.
They
find
checked
some
the
very snappy shots.
Yeah. Oh, they faked the clone through the trip.
Draws some attention, but there's still plenty of DRX players here. Try to shut this down as flashback. Finds the second, looking for the reset. Bane unable to pull it up, and Mako's there to go ahead and spare their blushes. 3 players surviving. Now 8-1.
Yeah, it's so fun to watch this DRX team on this map.
Yep.
They are just unbelievable. It's time and time again. They're doing the right things, making the right reads. Part of it is because of the way they play off of their Sentinel and their Initiator util. They get so much map info early. They generally have been kind of at least making them respect mid. This time it's all B, all the way it looks like, with where that Cypher setup is.
Just keep hitting this site, basically just keep avoiding leave. Quick glimpse, spot out there onto Valen. Bane's going to be the one that brings the spike forward here onto the site. Does have that Hunter's Fury, so we'll see if he's going to be able to fade away and get into a position where he can actually utilize that in the round. Could be a critical turning point ultimate here for DRX to try to maintain this win streak. Talking about at the same time, though. Looking to push forward. The Hunter's Fury now coming in, just looking to try to cause some disruption. Final Pulse going through. Does manage to get a tag. Jogamo going to be taken low, but Frame going to be taken down. Valen in with the kill. The flash connecting. Gutman eliminated with flashback, trying to fight back. Only going to be good for the one. Now just down to Bane and Mako, both playing here from main. The Cosmic Divide here in their face. Gets a jump on the one, finds a second for the defuse. It's just being stuck, and they cannot get there fast enough. The round win goes their way. G2 finally able to double up on the board.
And it took some big ultimates there. Jog finally able to find an opportunity for the dimensional drift. Valen hitting some big shots. Great flash, too, to set him up from Jog, and this Cosmic Divide just makes the round so difficult. So much space that they have to cover with just 2 players left.
You understand the attempt of the Hunter's Fury to try to disrupt and stop him from being able to get into the site, but
sure,
when you don't find an elimination, certainly that hindsight for Bane is going to be saying, oh, if I had held it,
yeah,
have that to try to counteract the Cosmic Divide, cutting them off. He does not. Leaf again looking for an opener. Just going to be forced away.
Flashback actually didn't even take any damage in that exchange. So Leaf just not quite sharp in some of these moments. You know, you can see this game plan that over and over again, it's Leaf pushing that B main corner, trying to use that TP to get the one and done. Again, to slow down these executes, to see if you can find one of those duelists to make it that much harder for DRX to get their game plan into play. Freeing gonna be up towards mid. This time Leaf's gonna try to counter. You know, so often DRX's Freeing has been going through those vents, but they ping it out. They seem to have some awareness that that might be a counterplay idea. Maybe he got a spot off the cam, not sure.
Locating targets.
Trent here. We see a little bit.
Drone is down.
This Bane. But that hasn't really been a huge indicator. In fact, they're reading this really well, that sometimes he's been off by himself and it hasn't been him in the direction of where the attack is going to come through, but he's going to respond with the drone. That's going to keep those. Yeah, that's going to keep at least maybe an extra player planted there, but they got to get through some of this util at the site.
Jogamo pushing forward here into the smoke. The clone going through. Big Mark pop up and over the top, and there's the jump. Mako going to be struck down. Jonah P at the same time back sight. He'll find the enemy Yoro, and Jogamo goes in for a little bit more. Comes away with a kill here on the Fring. The time now going to be gone. Spike in hand, but no way to plant this one. DRX just going to have to stay back and go for the save. G2 for the first time here on this map find themselves a consecutive round win. DRX will be able to make this a little bit more costly for them. Remember, the money's not in a great spot. DRX slated for a potential 9-3 here if they can get the final round of the half.
Man, Jog just so smart with his positioning. Flashes himself out even. Just DRX none the wiser to that setup. Not ready for it at all. Just lets those duelists bypass him, doesn't care. He's going to be flashback with an op here on the final round.
Cutting through.
Looking to see if he can find that early pick.
Just the Armageddon here for the side of G2. Neural theft for the side of DRX. Once again, looking for this aggressive group up at B. Leaf and Jogamo here to try to hold the line with Trent not far away.
He's going to read that angle. That Leaf's in. Leaf peeks it.
Yeah, hell of a flick here.
Yeah.
Dialed in on it with that Vandal. Paranoia then sailing. Jogamo finding the first. Sends out a flash to try to delay the flood. Repeats in for another kill. That's Bane now taken down. 5v3, Freeing trying to enact this flank. Position at the moment, though, going to be watched by Valen. And he holds the line. G2, these last several rounds, really starting to hit their shots.
But you still have the Armageddon to worry about here, so how are you going to get this plant down? Seems impossible.
Mako gets one, he would have the ultimate, but still have Jonah P. waiting on that A side of the map, just in case.
Closed.
They're just not going to give him anything.
Swap the weapon, going to be heard. Leaf gets the spot out, gets the kill. Jogamo gets the final. 8-4 at the half. G2 rescuing this as much as they possibly can. Looking a hell of a lot more alive in these last several rounds.
Yeah, for sure. And it's all Jogamo again.
All Jogamo all day long. We'll see, though, if G2 can finally pick up a pistol win to jumpstart the second half when we come back after the break.
Yeah. Let's go.
We are back. It's time to take a look at our Coinbase Econ report. Hyunmin, hell of a glow up compared to what we were seeing from him on Lotus.
No doubt. I mean, kind of doing his best to bounce back from a real rough performance on Lotus. Trying to maybe match Jog's freak a little bit here. 18-6 coming into this. 32,700 spent, a ton of damage, almost 3K in one half. Absolutely lightning on that waylay. Is he going to be able to keep it up on this defender side? So much of this comes down to DRX being able to get the good reads, being able to get to those spots where they can shut down the plants before they ever really get started. That's when they're at their best on this defender side of Abyss. And I'd love to see them play a bit default to start this pistol. I don't want to see them go aggro. I want to see them try to work for that map control a little bit. And on this pistol round, we're going to leave Leaf on his own.
Quick double peek into mid, but now Star's getting placed here onto the B site. Thrown as well, going to be heard, so Mako calling for the rotations. Will be Bane getting himself in a position to go ahead and try to watch for this one. No, actually just continues to cut across. All eyes from DRX, basically going to be trained now on this site take. Salvo forces them back, Jonah P. Doing a little bit of damage to the plant, getting ready to come through. Will be allowed to just go ahead and get away with that one, basically for free. Clear the recon. Leaf now on that flank, able to find one. Green going to be taken down. The push forward, Mako dealt with. Fallon goes for this reload, re-swings onto the corner, but Hyunmin gets the better of him with a ghost in the hand, but damage going to be suffered. Final salvo going to be sent. Util basically expended here from the side of G2. The defuse getting started. Hyunmin tries to chase forward, but the defuse from the half cannot come in. A triple from Jonah P. will get G2 their first pistol win here in this series.
And what an important one it is for them. Come back into this map, a big win for Leaf. Almost doesn't get it. Takes a ton of damage.
Silence.
They know they got to get a little bit more aggressive here. Try to buy some time for Bane to stick the defuse, but they just can't win those battles out in the open. Trying to swing the corner, but it's held. G2 comes in, no buy up to speak of for DRX. They're gonna have the Outlaw, they're gonna have a couple Bulldogs, they're gonna have a Guardian. Stinger for Valen. And this is the problem with this G2 comp. If you let them get into post plants, it is annoying. They have so much stall. Shock darts, Teo salvos. Nice kill for Leaf.
Gets a spot on the Bane as well. The counter swing back out to try to overwhelm, but does have the quick exit.
And
Takes a bit of damage, but this opens up the space take here in towards mid. As Mako gonna be spammed down. Spotted there by the drone, trying to play within the smoke. Massive misstep and a big punish found.
just add on to it, they also have the Astra to just delay on these plants. That's why I said it's so important for DRX to get ahead of the curve. Obviously, this is the eco. Not going to matter too much here. He's trying to do some damage, but Valen, very aware. See if Bane has anything to say about it. Oh, pulls off the angle. Switch guns.
Quick little swap as Flashback tries to draw some attention. Bane now going to try to go on that swing and wins out that fight. Now let's get taken out. Recon going to be cleared. Window. Trent going to be good for that.
One enemy remaining.
The double push, the drag across though. Jonah P with a stinger. He'll be able to put him down. It's going to be another 3K for him, back to back. Hunter's Fury now online as we go into G2's bonus.
It's going to be a scary one. Going to have tons of firepower to play with. Drone there. Right into the feet of Mako. Tries to get out and just nothing he can do. Bit of an unfortunate timing, I suppose, but full rifles. DRX looking to try to get back on the right foot on this half. This would be an incredible bonus if G2 can get it to go. Then you really start to have concerns about if we even get to that bind.
Only freeing here. 4-9-2 player to try to hold this line. Bane slotting in at tower. There's shots to try to potentially clear out some of this util, but
missing the deep one. Usually he's got two. One where that shock dart landed, and then the other one.
He's got one in the back pocket.
Yeah. Oh, you're right, he does. He's still hanging on to it.
Drone now coming forward. Spike's still going to be dropped back over towards the spawn, so not a full commitment onto this at all. It looks like G2 really just wanting to display some of this defensive util. They have been able to do so.
Freeing. Doing a nice job, but.
Flashback.
Flashback, yeah.
Spot on the one. Backpedals away. Sees the captain of the enemy team. Leaf just going to be left lingering around here.
Makes it tough to read. G2 there, only showing the Astra. Doesn't mean much because of the global util.
Drone going out.
And G2, they can get into position here. They should be able to get a plant down at the very least.
Paranoia to try to delay. Mako, however, going to get ping revealed, and now the Hunter Shooter's going to be coming through, but it doesn't even matter. He's already dead. Chogamos just found him. Pop flash up and over the top, and Flashback cannot find a damn thing as Jonah P gets Bane and freeing. Suddenly he's the last one standing. He can't even try to play for this one. Has to just sit back and wait for that spike to detonate. G2 are going to convert the bonus. Now across the halves, a 6-round win streak of their own. As they're going to be one away from tying things up.
It's just the little things, and it's that one spot onto Valen. It doesn't give you enough as DRX to make the read that you're going to need some help, and they have been brutalizing Mako over on that B site.
Gun here.
Flashback, uncharacteristic, off with the aim. They go hunting. I don't know if they're going to get to freeing in time here or not. Maybe Trent. Yeah, but he stops up. Looks like it should be a gun held for DRX. They just can't get the reads. That's all this is. And obviously, great spot there on Mako. Dogamo just running through. Nice little flash, but it's uncomfortable. Bane gets spotted by Leaf over in top mid, trying to duel.
Enemy remaining.
That sets up that Hunter's Fury to get the kill too. Phenomenal stuff from G2.
And off the back of that, DRX going to be calling their first timeout here on Abyss. Certainly starting to feel the pressure. These defensive sides just continuing to wreak havoc on the players.
It's going to have to be one hell of a motivational speech here. You're going to need to get their mental back into it. You're going to need to get these players thinking a little bit more clearly, reacting a little bit better, a little bit quicker on this side of the map. So far, they've been outdone at every twist and turn. G2's just decided that B is where they want to go early. They don't want to try to deal with that Cypher setup that's often over on A and usually has Bane there backing him up with the Sova util. Want to try to test Mako and Flashback, and you want to keep that operator out of Flashback's hands as long as possible, because he was lighting up Team Liquid when they played on this map previously. That's such a key component for DRX on this defender side. It offers so much stall, especially if you can find that smokes player. Makes it so easy for Freeing to just open up the map, but might not even get there. We'll see. Big push out from DRX, but noted here by Jonah P.
Double ping reveal there. And that's immediately going to have them sprinting now to try to recontrol some parts of this map, and the drone immediately is going to be cleared, but does get a quick little glimpse, I believe, on multiple players. Smoke forward. Jogamo cut off from the rest of the team, but I don't think he's going to be too bothered about that.
Portal closed.
Oh, thought maybe. Yeah, here we go. Might be a duel.
Hyunmin inching closer and closer. Hyunmin will be winning that one. Potentially a weapon to be scooped up into the hands of Flashback. Leaf on this angle. Now going to be smoked off, as they do desperately want to try to recover this one. It's handed over, but Mako at the same time, a quick peek out of A main. Taken down. And with that kill, Jonah P, he's sounding, I think I've opened up this side of the map, so come over here to join in with me.
DRX reading it, matching, getting those good rotations at the very least this time. Seemingly something that was talked about. They don't commit.
30 seconds left.
Try to find your opportunities. They're all going to be trying to come.
Right through there, and it's going to be Trent. Clean shot. Getting rid of one of those recovered weapons. Freeing now dead. Just a 2v4 here. Hyunmin swooping forward is able to find one. Jonah P going to be taking down all three remaining players from G2. Disconnected here at main. Salvo's going to be sent to delay. Cannot get the hold to half, and the star is still going to be set up.
One enemy remaining.
With Hyunmin gone, Bane can really only hope to potentially do a little bit of damage and just go for the save, and it looks like it's going to be the latter, just hightailing it out of here to safety. Still wary about these flanks, but G2 now continue this run back. 7 rounds in a row to tie it up now at 8-8.
It's going to be a big test for DRX. G2 has found their footing. They've found their groove. They're hitting their shots. They're making good reads. DRX has to find ways to slow this down. Seems like they had a better read in that round, but still getting beat. Some of those pivotal moments, you know, shutting down Flashback, not kind of registering in his brain that there could still be a player watching through mid. I mean, Hyunmin's having a whale of a map, but it's just not enough. It's going to be an operator even for Leaf here. Try to break things open, and DRX is leaving the B site extremely lightly defended. Jogamo has his ult even to set this up, and this looks like retake all the way for DRX. I don't know if they can really shut this down in time. They're trying to scoot into position, but Jogamo out towards the top. Spike being ushered forward. It's going to be an op for Flashback as well.
Already, Spike planted. 5v5 short. Post plant. Util has been so clean here for G2. Paranoia not going to be connecting on the Jogamo. Still here on high, but loses out the fight. Bane able to find one. Player advantage. Now equalized. Leaf puts down Freeing. Jonah P able to tuck back, avoiding that saturate. Mako coming up with one, but Gunman now gone. Leaf continues to be an absolute thorn in their side. So tap on the defuse, but the time already starting to get away from them. The salvos now landing here on top of this spike. DRX need to get on this ASAP. Flashback does provide some covering fire, but the delay from the side of G2 is just looking far too clean. Mako playing forward, the defuse being held. He's frantically praying for it, but Valen will deny. 9 to 8, no one left standing, but G2 are out in front.
Beautiful work from Leaf on the backside with the op. Just ruining players as they try to get through. There's no smoke to cut him off. They don't anticipate that he's going to be in that position with that weapon. And Valen able to just spray it down. And you can see what I'm talking about with this comp. The delay puts DRX in awful positions to go for these defuses. It's just played so well by G2. Once they get comfortable, they can use Jogamo's ult to get into a comfortable spot onto B, get the plant through, retake the whole way is just so challenging for DRX. They've got to try something a little bit different. They got to talk about a few things here. Again, getting ahead of the curve, but also maybe trying to go for some flanks, trying to create a little bit map pressure early. They've got to get into the spawn of G2 a little bit if they're going to be forced to play retake. Things like that have to be in their mind. But the pressure may be getting to them. There are smiles, but man, oh man, G2, just unbelievable how tenacious this team is.
Rialsa 2, Leaf maybe just going to have that tour de force in behind this Stinger. DRX consider a couple follow-up purchases here for now, looking like maybe just the 2 Guardians. Bane bringing a classic in.
Should be able to scoop up a little bit more if he chose, but they're probably saving for the op.
Want to play? Let's play.
There's that tour de force. Mako playing close, dead. Leaf able to dispatch him with relative ease. Couple shots out, but the Cosmic Divide keeping Fring protected there for the moment. It's flashback.
It's all ruse.
Gonna look to try to drop down and eventually could find this kid, but they've missed each other like ships in the night. But flashback no gets the read. Coup de grace to the back of the head. Trent now gone. The weapon going to be recovered. But the spike planted here a world away from DRX.
Got to try to come from multiple angles here. You have a couple of ults. You can play for this retake. Wouldn't be too surprised the DRX just let it rip.
They do have the dimensional drift, and that's going to go ahead and alert here as Jogamo plays forward. Just the clone coming in around the corner. Flashback going to be running out of time. Sets up for that flash for his exit, but Ring has been taken down. Flashback into the open, able to find one, but Leap there with a follow-up. The tour de force shuts them down, slows up the approach from backside. And it's still the player advantage here for the side of G2. Gunman going for the tap. 2 more shots left here. And the call to save being made. The Guardian will get taken down. The Phantom gonna be recovered, but G2 continuing on this warpath.
Yeah, this is just so fun to watch them, man. They're so smart. The Cosmic Divide here completely befuddles DRX. They commit fully to it. I mean, even though you get this freebie on the Trent, in the long run, not much of a difference maker. Appreciate the attempt from Freeing to try to go for the lurk, but it's red. And it's just, again, the game plans, the thought process of Valen.
You see it there, 9 rounds consecutively from half to half. DRX looking for a crunch play out of B, but there is no one home from G2. Leaf nearby enough to hear plenty of this. Thrown out. It's a spot on the 1. Concuss to try to force him back. Jogamo Valen moving forward, trying to take this space. 3 players from DRX around the bend. Go in for the peek, and Jogamo will be left on the floor. Flashback just on the opposite side here of the doorway. The salvo to break it open. And Leaf be able to find another kill here in mid. Valen's still going to be there, but no, gets displaces. Gunman finds 1. Trent on the hunt, looking for Gunman. Gets the readjust, gets the headshot, but cannot get that kill.
There they are.
Now down to Jonah P. There, but the camera revealed, and Flashback has the timing from on high. The win streak finally going to be broken here by DRX as they bring the gap back down to 1 round, separating. There is not much that they can do.
It's all about
these purchases here, because the economy from G2, they sell plenty of money on plenty of players.
You're absolutely right. It's thriving. But this is all about that early pressure you're able to create on one side of the map, and then a quick pullback, go towards mid, contest that space.
One enemy remaining.
And they do so well. They've got a great contained setup off the back of that early aggression. Now they're going to try it on a different side, but G2, similar ideas. I feel like they maybe think that they can make a play for mid, but that dart should have alarm bells ringing. It's the same setup. Look for the hit, doesn't come through. Get the Hunter's Fury for Bane, and then fall back. Now play your default. Now try to play a little bit more off that info game.
Shifted away from this A position pretty heavily.
They can get there quick, as long as they don't commit too heavily towards that B side.
Throwing the check in the mid, nothing going to be spotted there. Bane does join back in. Hunter's Fury maybe try to slow up or deny the plant, but Mako for now taking point.
Is he going to go for that double TP play again? Nah, he's spotted.
Yeah, has been noted. Now he's going to be very much slowed down and leap up and over the top on top of the box. Is able to find the kill. Mako eliminated the paranoia. Now a non-factor here for G2. Divergent paths here from Hyunmin to try to slow the approach, but G2 not looking to rotate. Still very much committed to this side of the map.
Yeah, the pause. Trying to get into the heads of DRX.
He'll drop down and swing in. Leave Jonah Peep.
30
Both
seconds.
going to get picked apart.
Spike down.
And
A.
it seems like we may have an issue.
Slow down.
Jogamo looking like he's going to be talking to admins here, so we'll have to wait and see. But for now, DRX probably just wondering what in the hell the other players are
10
doing.
seconds left.
So bear with us.
Got a little bit weird there, yeah.
Yeah.
One enemy remaining.
Have to wait and see exactly what's going to come through of that.
Have to see when the issue is flagged as well. But as we get word, we will relay to you guys, keep you in the know. For now, it seems like might need a little bit of a reset there for Jaw.
Yeah, for sure. DRX had the right read anyway on that execute, but having Jaw there, definitely massive 4 executes for G2. So we'll see what exactly is going to be the result of this. DRX maybe seeming like they could get the comeback rolling, but
that's right.
True. That is the best sign in the history of VALORANT.
It's a day off, but I think she did come in.
Yeah.
So
I hope she hears it.
Almost certainly did.
Oh, are we gonna maybe have a rollback here? It looks like.
Yeah, showing the 10-9 seems to be the case. No. Got our best people on it. Hopefully, shouldn't be too long. We can get back underway here, but this break in the action not going to be good for either side.
No, and it's DRX. I don't think you should feel too bad about that one either way. It's man down. Mako got caught out there with the drone. Trent's been so good with Tejo, man. I know he's not lighting up the kill feed, but he provides so much value. That drone is so annoying to deal with, and it's able to clear so much space on this attacker's side. Shut down some of that util, identify players. I swear to God, Mako is thinking about that double TP. I swear.
Yeah, stealth drone stopping him from being able to do it.
Just
There's always
shows
a chance for it in a future round.
Shows the homework, man. G2 is so well prepared. Time and time again. I mean, it's all the credit in the world to the coaching staff of G2. They are always putting these guys into positions where they are competitive. Obviously, winning Americas a bunch, getting close this year a few times. And this is going to be a tough lower bracket run if they can keep it going, no doubt about it. But I think a lot of people would consider them one of the likely teams to be able to do that.
It's never over till it's over. And I mean, DRX has shown their proficiency on this map, but they've also shown that getting those early leads doesn't necessarily mean that the map is going to be done and dusted. Certainly have to expect that the pressures, the nightmare memories, their performance on Haven certainly starting to resurface a bit here. And yes, TMD, we're all waiting.
Yeah. It's
You
still
coward. Left Paris before I could get here.
Look, I'm already traumatized from the Sideshow Butter incident. I'm not sure how I'm going to deal with the TMD oiling up. It's things that I wish I didn't have eyeballs for. But here we are.
Told that it should just be another minute before we get back into the game here. Appreciate the patience. As you know, we've had worse.
Yes, we have.
So, luckily, it's not.
Let's just not talk about it.
That's true. Yeah, we don't want to summon it up.
You and I have been part of two pretty brutal ones in the last couple of years.
Still do blame Pansy though.
Yeah, it's always her fault.
So,
Wherever she is, she's just got that evil grin on her face. It's cutting a wire or doing something.
all right. Well, I think we are moments away from going back into this one. So for a full update, there has been a round roll back. The score 10-9 with G2 still in the lead. Jogamo having crashed right at the very beginning of the round. So ends up getting nullified. A bit of a bite there for the side of DRX to suffer, but let's see if they can have a similarly hot start to this one. As I'm told that we are in fact going in, so the game now resumed. The crowd re-electrified, ready to see if this is going to be the conclusion of this series or if DRX will be able to regain control and push this across the line into a third and final map of Bind. Pressure on both of these teams.
Enormous.
Kind of, yes, just mounting so very heavily, weighing so heavily in the front of their minds.
Love what I've been seeing from Valen in some of our moments where we get to listen into him. He's been keeping them hyped up. He's been dishing out a little bit of trash talk. Trying to lead from that emotional position. And that's something that DRX is going to have to dig into as well. But look at this. 4 players here for DRX, 4 for G2.
Things are about to get very bloody very quickly. They're looking for the crunch play here yet again. Gunman goes into the peak, the ping reveal, finding 4, and Mako able to find 1. Looks to dip out. Conversion pass is now going to be sent through. Flashback, able to steady that spray to find 1. Pain gets leave. Jogamo dead. And Valen now trying to do it all, but can only find the 1. DRX right back into it, saying, no, we want that 10-10.
What a setup they've got going here. The paranoia to allow Hyunmin to dash up into the window. He throws a saturate, then throws his ult. They get the ping reveal. It is just a compressed G2, and they get smothered. That is absolutely a brilliantly designed play. What a time to bring it out. I don't think we've seen that one yet from DRX. Bane has his ult, Jonah P has his.
G2 kick back economically here. Hunter's Fury going to be opened up. Jogamo going to be tagged and sprayed it down. Freeing, able to collect it with the spike. Still planted. Leaf seeing Hyunmin peeks in for a little bit more, but loses his life. Neural Theft is now going to be invested, revealing the 3 remaining players for Pack, but it's into the open, so Valen can collect. Strips up a weapon. Will be an upgrade here for him. As Freeing dead to the shock.
Look at all this delay.
Diffuse has been held to half, but Flashback playing ring around the Rosie. Joins back in, up and over the top, and Diffuse is just going to be stuck. The Armageddon is far too late. Flashback doing his job, keeps him distracted. His Bane will still fall, but this round is DRX's.
Oh my gosh. I thought for sure G2 actually had that. I'm looking at their ults, I'm looking at who's left on the team. The 3 big post-plant, the layers are still there. Walks into it, but Bane just sticks. A little bit of a guttural shout there from Flashback. What a bonkers last couple of rounds.
I mean, Trent's going to be kicking himself that they still committed with the Armageddon. It was just far too late. Still an opportunity, though, as they go back into this buy. So that's a critical tool that they are now lacking. Jogamo going to be one away from that. Next dimensional drift is freeing. Just trying to cheat forward. Tucks back around the back sight once again. Jogamo goes up and over the top, and flashback's there for the covering fire. Finds the opening kill. Oh, Trent on the peak, finishing the job. The Cypher now gone. Mask goes in. This flashback, looking for the spot out. Bane lays off of it well, but Trent is still there to try to bail them out. Big spotted, repositions, goes up and over the top. The Hunter's Fury now going to be sent in here for the side of Jonah P. Spike going to be dropped down onto the floor. Hyunmin arriving, finding, killing. Leaf down, dead. Hyunmin gets the headshot. And DRX are now up to map point, one away from sending us the distance.
It's just chaos. DRX is just throwing bodies at the problem. Flashback using his ult. Able to find one through the box before
remaining.
Leaf is able to trade him out, but Hyunmin there on point. And gets some praise from the IGL. Mako likes what he sees. He was trying to get back over to help him out. And here we go. Map point for DRX.
G2 needing 2 more to try to take this into overtime. Flashback on the angle here, staring down into mid, but Trent not going to be giving him the opportunity here to get that shot off. Gate crash slowly inching its way to get into a forward position. Hasn't been spotted. I'm not sure if they actually quite registered.
Bane's not looking that way.
They do have Bane right on top of this thing.
Who's next?
Likely not going to be taken, especially now that the mask goes on. Jogamo, look at the scout out this site, but not sure if he's going to be seeing too much of anything. Double salvo is already going to be sent as Jogamo on the peak. Spotting 2 there at back sight. Hyunmin just plays the timing, takes a shot and leave. Gets taken out of the equation. The reveal on the jaw, the spam attempt. Jonah P able to avoid that, gets the spike in play. Hyunmin here, snaps on. Shutting down Jonah. Conversion path's now going to be coming through. Trent going to be caught by this one. Stuck here around the corner, trying to get that crosshair set up, but Hyunmin just does not swing wide enough. And now it's all down to Jogamo, and he cannot find it. 13-10, DRX persevere to push this all the way to bind.
What a crazy map. So many rounds in a row for G2. And still, DRX has the mental fortitude to hang on, to make the comeback, to run 4 in a row, to give us a 3rd map.